All right, hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's your friend Mr. G again. We're going to talk some more digital art here today. We're going to talk continuing our series on Pixlr and learning to do things in there. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn to download a file from the Google Classroom, and we're going to upload it to Pixlr on the online editor so we can play around with it. Okay, this is going to be an already prepared file that's already got some images that I got for you so that you can play around a little bit and see a little bit more of a complex image. Okay, so to do that, first thing we're going to do, Mr. G is going to switch over here so he is in student mode here. So I have the same view. If you ever digital art, first period, third period, fifth period, or sixth period, this is all the same. So if it's not your specific classroom, don't freak out. One more thing on these videos. If I'm making a video and you can set your phone and play the video right next to your laptop or your computer so that you can pause and start and restart as we're going along, it's going to help you because you're going to get confused a little bit here sometimes and you'll need to stop. That way you can follow right along. But put it right next to your video next to your workspace. That way you can kind of go back and forth and then you don't miss anything. All right, so we are here. We're going to go over here to classwork. On classwork, we are going to go down here to module 1 on images right here. So I'm going to go to images. Right down here, I got a file called Spaceman. Now, Spaceman here, I specifically want you to right click, not left click on it. I want you to right click on it and go ahead and say open up in new tab. Okay. Now, once it opens up in a new tab, you'll notice this file. These are JPEGs, which are regular JPEG images, just flattened image. This says PSD at the end. That stands for Photoshop file because this is one of those multi-layered, like sandwich layers that we talked about that Photoshop uses that has many layers, and it's compressed so that we can get it up and down to the web. Okay, so I click over here. All right. Now we need to extract this. Okay, so this is like a little experiment here. I have zip extractor already built into my Chrome browser. Hopefully you have some extractor already built into yours. Okay, so I can open with, I've got zip extractor on here. If you don't have a zip extractor or a zip opener, just go to Chrome, type in Chrome zip extension, and there will be zip extractor, zip opener, unzip, and zip files. Those are 3 perfectly good solutions to put onto your browser to open these kind of files. All it does is uncompress and compress files. Okay, so if I go back here to this zip extractor, I'm going to go ahead and hit that. It's going to do its thing. What it's going to do is uncompress those files so that we can work with them. Still doing its thing. Should take a couple seconds. Okay. Now there's 2 files. There's the zipped file and the unzipped file. I'm going to click on the unzipped file that just says Spaceman. Okay. And then I am going to go over here. I'm not going to open it in my drive. I'm going to download it. Okay. Now it's going to ask you where you want to download it to. I've already done this once, so it's got a number next to yours. You should just say Spaceman. I'm going to download mine to download so I know where it's at. You could put it to your desktop. You could put it in documents if you want to make a folder, whatever you are on and whatever you want to do, just so you know where it's at so you can upload it here in just a second. So I'm going to put it in downloads. I'm going to push save, and then I'm going to let it do its thing. Okay. Now I'm going to jump over here to Pixlr. Okay. You should already be logged in. Mine says Jay Grosvenor because that's me. And we are going to go and we're going to click on Open Image. Okay. That pulls up a window. It wants to upload that video to the web so you can work on it. I'm still in my downloads file where I put it. I'm going to go to Spaceman. I click it. There he is or she, and we open it up. All right, so there we have our file. We're opening Pixlr, okay? All right, first thing I want you to do, make sure you have your mover, your arrange tool in your hand. Remember, this is toolbar over here. Here is our command bar, and here is the options for what tool are in our hand, okay? We're going to specifically look over here to this layers panel, okay? You'll scroll up and down. You say you got a whole bunch of layers in here, okay? So if you go all the way to the back, move this over here. Let's get out your way. You'll see the very bottom layer is stars, and it's locked. And we can poke the eye out after we unlock it. Oop. I'm going to go into the layer options here by hitting the 3-dot menu, and we're going to unlock that. And then we can poke that out. And you'll see that there's the very background layer. I can turn that off, and you see that checkerboard in the back. That means you are all the way in the back. Okay, that's the very bottom. There's nothing behind us right now. Okay, and you can just click through here. You got a couple that says spaceship. I got space shuttle. Looks like the Imperial cruiser for you Star Wars fans. I got some small planets. I got a galaxy. I've got Jupiter. I've got an alien ship there, that little goofy looking guy. I've got our astronaut. She's floating right there. And then I have this one that's hidden that we don't see. There's a bedroom. It's at the very top of this. So once I open up that bedroom, you'll notice it covers everything else up. Okay. Now those things are all there. So if I click on alien ship, it is still there. Okay. But the room is in front of it. Okay. So if I click on the astronaut is still there, and I can move this out of the way, and nope, there she is right back there. I'm going to hit Command Z and undo that. You can see that everything is staying there, like those layers, okay? All right, so let's play around with this a little bit here. First, let's go ahead and we'll poke the eye out of the astronaut here, and she can disappear for a second, okay? Let's take that alien ship, and let's just go ahead, and I don't like that at all. So let's just delete that, okay? I can delete that right here. I could also go into my layer commands over here, and I could push delete. Either way is going to get rid of it. So that gets rid of that little alien ship, okay? Jupiter, I'm not sure if we're going to use Jupiter. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off for right now, okay? Click our galaxy. Let's use this galaxy here. Let's go and make this galaxy as big as we can get it. Remember, using your move tool, you can grab the handles and drag it and move that around. Okay, let's go ahead, and you can see I can actually make it bigger than my workspace. So there's my Milky Way galaxy. It's really huge. Okay, right there. Let's go ahead and turn it a little bit. We'll go ahead and turn it on an axis a little bit there. So we have that big image right there in the background. Okay. And let's go ahead, and I want to put that all the way in the background behind all of those things. So I'm going to take it down below everything else. So the spaceship and everything, the shuttle is in front of that rather than behind it. Okay. So that is my back layer right there. All right, let's go back up here, and let's get these small planets right here, and let's move those guys. Let's bring them down here. Let's make them a little bit bigger. Make those a little bit bigger, and we'll visually kind of set them down here just to kind of anchor us there a little bit. Okay, I like how that's looking. All right, now let's duplicate those. Okay, there's a few ways we can do that. We can go over here to our layer command, and we can hit the duplicate layer button there, hit the duplicate layer button up here. We could do edit, we could copy and paste, okay? But we're just gonna go ahead and hit the duplicate button right here, and it's gonna duplicate it, okay? As soon as I duplicate it, you'll see that I have small planets, and I have small planets copy, okay? Let's go ahead and change the name of one of these just so it's less confusing here. So let's take small planets. So we got two sets here. Let's change this to, let's call it couple of planets. Mr. G, a couple is two. So let's go ahead and get rid of one then. So if we wanted to get rid of one of these planets, okay, just to differentiate it, first I'm going to make it a little smaller, okay? I'm going to throw them back here, and I think I'm going to, which one? Let's get rid of them. So we got a couple tools. Remember we did our selection tool where we can delete things. Got to make sure our layer is active by highlighting it. It's active. Then we're going to get a selection tool here. Okay. I have two types of selection tool with the marquee tool. I have squares and I've got circles. So since the planet's the circles, we're going to use circles. So I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. Did not give me my circle. Give me my circle. Okay, let's try that again. Click and drag until I just have just that planet there up front. Okay. If you can't tell whether you got it or not, zoom in. Remember, you can use your space bar to get your hand tool, and it looks like I just got it in there just perfect. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and push delete, and that's going to get rid of it. Okay, now you'll notice we still have the marquee there, right? There's nothing in it, but it's still active. As long as that's active, I can't do anything anywhere else except for what's active in that marquee. Okay, we'll talk more about that later, but I need to deselect it for right now, so I can go up here to select, and I'm going to push deselect. Okay, so we have deselect right there. All right, let's go and we'll get our astronaut, and we'll make her visible again. Let's get our move tool. Let's bring her down here, and let's rotate her just a little bit here, okay? And I want to make another astronaut here for this too. So we're going to go and duplicate it. Again, we could duplicate it there, or we can do it right down here. Either one is fine. I got astronaut. And again, let's change our name just so we don't get confused. Let's call this astronaut Biggie. And we're going to close that. So I got astronaut Biggie here. And since we made astronaut Biggie, we're going to go ahead and make her bigger. Now, when you copy things in Photoshop, a lot of times you want to change them a little bit so it doesn't look like a copy. Oop. Command Z. I moved my galaxy back there. Let's rotate her a little bit. That's a little bit different, but I got these two controls right here. I can flip horizontal back and forth like that, and she can wave back and forth. Kind of do a dance up there. So we're going to change it like that. Look at my composition here. And I'm going to put a little bit of overlap here, and I might just take her off the screen a little bit and make her a little bit bigger like that. I like that there. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to do right now today, we're going to turn our stars back on in the background. I'm going to click off there, and we're going to hit Command 0 so that we can see what we're doing. Okay, let's go ahead and save that where we're at. I'm going to do File, and we're going to save this file. Okay, I'm going to save it as Spaceman Working. Okay. And we're going to save this. We're going to try this. We're going to save it as the PXD file. Okay. PXD is going to be the Pixlr document format. Remember, we opened this up as a PSD. This is going to be a PXD that we're saving it. And we're going to save that to work on the next time we get together. So download that. It's going to come up and it's going to say, where do you want to download it? I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder in my downloads called Digital Art Files. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and make a new folder. It doesn't have to be in your downloads. It could be in documents. It could be on your desktop, just so you know where it's at. And go ahead and create that folder. In there, we're going to save that Spaceman Working Digital Art Files as a PXD file. And then we're going to go ahead and push Save. Okay, we'll stop there. Everybody have a super day. Stay creative, and I will talk to you soon.